All right. Before we start this topic, I just want to remind everyone, especially since I'm breaking this up in chapters right now, um, make sure you guys like, subscribe, and share this out. We appreciate everyone who comes through to the channel, whether they check this out later or check us out live. Appreciate that. And with that being said, let's jump into our first topic of today. Transformers games coming back. It appears that they're coming back in a big way. Um, on Steam and Xbox, a lot of the old Activision Transformers games have been relisted, along with the announcement today of a Transformers Overwatch 2 collaboration. Um, so it looks like we're gonna be seeing a lot of these old Transformers games coming back, and with the re-up of these licenses, maybe we get a new AAA Transformers game again. Um, what do you guys think about it? I'm gonna kick it off with Nappy. Are you gonna be picking up these Transformers games on Steam, or you already got it on some type of emulator?
Um, so I have to say the first though I can't remember exactly what Transformer game. I just remember there was a Transformer game on Xbox 360, and I had so much fun with it. I can't remember exactly what it was, but I just know that it was fun. It was one of my favorite It was one of my favorite games on Xbox 360 for the time. The story was pretty interesting, but the actual like gunplay mechanics for the game and transforming into your ship and going around and transforming back and with the fire and combat stuff, it was actually like extremely good. It's fun from what I remembered, and if they're going to list everything back on the stores, and if it's coming onto Steam, then I might actually like look into that just to go down memory lane because I do still have a crazy backlog of games. But I'm excited to see Transformers games come back because I do have a memory that Transformer games were good. I don't know where I'm gonna get the time. I mean, I'm still waiting for the Gundam game to come out. So, and I'm
They got
already playing Megaton Musashi. So, that's gonna be difficult. But I am excited though. I am excited to see like a really good Transformer game. I'm curious to see like what they're going to do for the modern times because I don't know if they're going to stick to it being like a story, which I kind of like hope they kind of do, but then I understand if they want to add like an online multiplayer with different Gundams and stuff.
I think initially you're
Um,
just gonna get that FPS boost on console, frame rate boost, uh, probably like
as they should.
polished
Don't upgrade the
stuff.
graphics. Just give us 60 FPS. Give the console player 60 FPS. I mean,
Well,
look, man, people
they
people
do a
tired.
slight graphical boost when the Xbox back compat team goes in there and does it. So it does kind of look like a new game, like more like it looks like a remaster almost. Um, they do it like for instance, Red Dead got the Xbox back compat treatment, and as a result, the
Yeah.
remaster didn't come to the Xbox. It only came to I think the PlayStation. I'm not sure if it.
Nah, PC. We just emulate the PlayStation 3 version.
Yeah, but they got a remaster on the PlayStation side, whereas Xbox the back compat program for the game like a couple years in that platform. But
Yeah, I'm really curious. Yeah, I mean, I'm like I said, I'm really curious to see. Like, I'm glad to see the old Gundams game come back. That's sorry, Gundam Transformer games come back. So I am definitely going to keep an eye out to look for see if there's anything that kind of pops on Steam. As I'm looking on Steam right now, yeah,
it's
there's
just
actually a
relisted.
couple.
It's just relisted. It's not on sale yet.
Yeah, they actually no, it's they do have one Transformers game I see, but that's about it. But that's not one of the old school Transformer games, so yeah, I'm curious to see where the rest of the Transformer games that are going to be relisted.
Uh, Captain Xbox. How you feeling about these Transformers games coming back and potentially dropping in Game Pass pretty soon?
Oh, I loved War for Cybertron and Fall of Cybertron. Fantastic freaking games, man.
That's it.
Um,
War of Cybertron. That was my game. That I remember now. Took a while to remember.
yeah, like I hope they come back and I hope they get dropped into Game Pass. Like I would absolutely replay those again. They were so good. Um, yeah, just can have a
Uh,
drink. Um, my thing is like I'm kind of in the boat with you guys as far as making sure that like they don't need to reinvent the wheel. You know, the games were great on their own. Like maybe touch them up here and there, but there's not a whole lot that they need to be doing in
With
terms of
the
it. So it shouldn't be crazy resources.
yeah, with the re-upping of the um licensing and Transformers now being in Overwatch 2, do you think that High Moon Studios might get a chance at making a new one?
I hope so. If I mean, obviously they still own the property, right?
Or they license Paramount or first
Hasbro.
Hasbro, whoever.
Yeah.
Movie rights, then right. Maybe they no, because someone else has made Transformers games over the past couple years. But they're more like kids games.
You're right.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay.
So,
Oh,
yeah, Zero. What are your thoughts on the Transformers games relisting recently?
I think it's cool. I'll admit, as far as I can remember, the only Transformers game that I've ever played is Transformers Devastation, um,
Ah, so
which I
you'd
really
actually
did
go back and
enjoy.
play these games if they come back out. Possibly.
Probably not. I'm not a
Probably not.
huge Transformers fan. They don't like. I like the robots. I feel like Lego Transformers would be a hit. Surprised they didn't
Has
get the
there
Lego
ever
treatment.
been a Lego
What?
Transformers game?
Why has it got to be Legos though, man? We get it, man. Damn.
They're basically
You know
Legos
why?
themselves.
You know why it has to be Lego? Because Lego Transformers will come to the Switch. Nintendo guy at heart.
I mean, Nintendo
That
had
makes
a
sense.
Transformers game on the Switch a few years ago, Battlegrounds.
Yeah.
It's like a little multiplayer thing. I didn't play it because I don't really care much about Transformers, but I mean that just seems like a match made in heaven, right? Like they already sort of reshaped themselves to be a great many things. Like we're not Lego, but
That
I
was
think it's
Lego for
cool.
life.
Yeah, like Transformers have always been cool. Cars, robots in disguise. Um, more games the better. I just don't have honestly very strong opinions on the brand or the games themselves. I did really like Devastation, but
Did
that's about as far as I could get with it.
Michael Bay wear you out?
Uh, Not so much because whoever's making the new ones sort of brought me back in, so that was all right. Like the newer
Okay.
one's actually pretty cool.
Yeah, the last one was
Um,
pretty deep.
yeah, like they're having a good time, and that's nice because they are just silly robot things from Japan, so like they don't have to be too crazy serious.
The next one's gonna be pretty interesting though, because they're doing Transformers G.I. Joe.
And the GI Joe crossover, so like
Yeah.
that should be fun. But I have no strong opinions on the Autobots or Decepticons. Go watch Beast Wars. I think it's still on Netflix, right?
Is Beast Wars on Netflix?
It's on Paramount.
Oh, Paramount. It was
Yeah,
on
I don't think
Netflix for a little
but there
bit.
is a like Beast Wars type story because they got their own Netflix licensed Transformers shows that are actually pretty deep. But it's like too many of them for me to keep up with. But they have like probably probably 100 episodes. It feels like Netflix own Transformers show.
When they merge with the Fast and Furious series, then I'll be interested.
Oh my god, man! I mean, the cars are Fast and Furious already got cars out in space, so
It's match made in heaven, baby. It's right there.
What's up, Daniel? Thank you for coming through. And last but not least, Kofi, how are you feeling about the relisting of the Transformers game and the potential of maybe getting some new ones?
Generally happy about the idea of a new Transformers game. I have to go look at some of these titles that are getting relisted because there isn't really any particular title that would get me super excited. But maybe I'm missing out on some nostalgia that I just forgot about. Devastation. I don't recall spending a lot of time with, and I want to see if I'm even forgetting a title.
It is 2 gens
But
ago.
yeah, exactly. It was 2 gens ago. So I do remember there being a couple PS3 games. But in general, moving forward, I mean, Transformers has all the potential, right? I mean, you could take it really, really small and personal, only having maybe a few Transformers that you play as, or it could be something like Gundam Breaker, where you are able to customize your Transformers and play some sort of online co-op experience. I think there's a lot of space there. You just need the right developer. So definitely a huge, huge win.
And I'm gonna address Daniel's question in the chat. Feel free to contribute, guys. But I do think that PlayStation could still launch a PS5 Pro even without new games. They have the ability to do third-party deals. So maybe they lock up a third-party exclusive. Um, Metal Gear Solid. So they got a couple big games that they could the launch the PlayStation 5 Pro around, like Metal Gear Solid, Silent Hill 2. Maybe they do like a bundle with that. Like, even though it didn't quite show well to most people, I do think there are some titles that they could definitely launch the PS5 Pro around. And then there's still a couple games that could come out with a quick turnaround time. Insomniac's been pretty good about getting games out pretty quick, and they're rumored to have Venom in the work, so they could launch the PS5 Pro with Venom. So I do think, um, I think they will without any new games. I'm not sure, but if they do, there's plenty of third party opportunities they can lock up some type of deal. Anybody else have any thoughts on possible PS5 Pro? Talk has kind of died down recently.
I'm not concerned at all for any pro version of either one of these consoles. Quite frankly, like just give us the games that we need.
Yeah.
They're kind of
I
behind
was just
on the
saying.
games department. Yeah, different live service.
I'm about to say, if it's not going to take advantage of that new DDR7, the GDDR7, then there's no point.
I mean, just more 60 frames per second option. Also, that's pretty much that's it's not going to be drastically different than the PlayStation 5. It's just going to be higher resolution frame rate. It's not like a new generation. But yeah, any other thoughts? Kofi, the PlayStation guy, thoughts on the potential of a PS5 Pro launching and they would do it without any particular game?
Yeah, I think that they would still, if they feel there is an opportunity to release this console, I mean, this Pro without a AAA, banger that they expect to sell tens of. I still think they would consider it heavily. I don't know for sure. Obviously, like the only first party thing that we know is Astrobot, and that's not something that people are gonna immediately look to a PlayStation 5 Pro for. But I don't know if that would necessarily deter PlayStation from doing that. I mean, Farrell, you bring up some good points. There
Oh, lost
are other
you.
top from
Fine.
developers they've worked to put with the Pro, maybe within a 6-month window of release. But I still think that, barring any strange, price increases with the economy, that I wouldn't be surprised if the Pro still comes out this fall.
So you're still expecting the
Obviously
Pro
the
model to
closest.
come out.
I don't know about expecting, or I don't necessarily want or expect that.
I'm
But
not asking if you
after
want it, but
all of the
do you think
talks,
Sony's actually going to go through with the Pro model?
I would say there's a 60% chance that, just based on what rumors and all the talk that I saw, that there will be some sort of Pro model out this year.
Okay.
That's not a high degree of confidence. Because we
fine.
know that titles still are fairly impressive. Obviously, there are some technical limitations, but there's also scope and dev time that can limit the potential use of current consoles. So I think the console's coming. I'm not super confident it'll be before December.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree with you about the whole Game Pass thing. We'll definitely be talking a little bit about Game Pass a little bit later. And I think we cleared this Transformers topic, so we'll be diving into our second topic of the day. Let me get the timestamp for that.